everybody. Welcome to Straight Outta BS Podcast. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. Really appreciate it. Thanks to everybody that's interacted with the video. Any way you interact with the video is a free way and the best way to support my podcast if you support my work. Thanks to all my Patreon members for donating. Like, I never expected money, so money, like, whenever I get it, is super appreciated. And I want to do a moment of silence for the person still struggling with intrusive thoughts or addiction or anything like that. So on the count of three, I'm going to do a moment of silence. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you for that. And without further ado, I want to go ahead and introduce my guest for the day. Go ahead and introduce yourself and where you went and what years.
Hello, my name is Lindsey Laurent, and I went to the Academy at Ivy Ridge. I was there '04 to '05. Um, I
Hmm.
was there. I got sent there, um, for just not being a great kid, I guess. What led up to me being sent there, though, um, it all kind of started when I was younger. There was just a lot of trauma, a lot of things that, what people would consider not being a quote unquote good kid or rebellious teenager. Um, Nowadays, we're learning a lot more about trauma and what causes these things. And I look back now and I can see all of the whys about it more than anything. When I was younger, my parents got divorced when I was about 10 years old. My father was not a great person. He was cheating on my mother. Um, he was an alcoholic long before that. Long before that, he had abusive tendencies. I've heard stories about him chasing my sister around the house with a knife when they were younger. He used to beat my mom. He beat his wife prior to that. Um, I don't remember these things. I was a kid. I wasn't born. Um, I know he was not a good person, but after they got divorced, we were living in Des Moines, Iowa at the time, and then my mother and I moved to Dubuque, Iowa. And in Dubuque, Iowa, uh, living there, at one point, my mother got very sick with cancer, and she was told that she was going to die. Her cancer did go into remission at one point, and unfortunately, it came back, which later did take her life. Being a kid, uh, experiencing something like that, I think that really, not that it doesn't affect an adult, but I think that me being a kid, I ended up walking in on my mom when she had passed, and I did see her dead. And I think that truly did affect me as a child. I wasn't there when she died, and the trauma that I experienced through that, like I still have that today, big time. I got sent to live with my father. I'm sorry, it's a little hard to talk about it. I've never been on a podcast before. Uh, I I was sent to live with my father after my mom passed away, and I don't think he really wanted me, to be quite honest. I don't think he really wanted me out there. And I was very rebellious. I was very rebellious back in Dubuque, Iowa, too. Dubuque, Iowa had the second highest alcoholism rate in the United States at one point. I drank a lot, smoking weed, doing this and that. And Dubuque, getting a lot of trouble with boys, a lot of trouble with boys. And, I lost my virginity at age 14, I think. I was way too young. I think about that now as a 38-year-old woman, and I'm like, good God, man! Like, one of the main reasons I'm not having kids is because of what I did as a kid. It's like I can't handle that. I never ever want to take care of a child that acted the same way that I did.
Yeah.
But then again, I would probably never traumatize my kid the same way that I look at the things like my father and this and that.
Right.
But my father, living with him, I was very rebellious as well, but he also did a lot of things where, it didn't make things easy on me. I had just lost my mom, being a 16-year-old girl. Moving out there, he was trying to mold me, shape me. I was a very hippie-ish, punk rock type of girl, very into my own style, own music type of thing. My dream was to be a director. I loved playing guitar. I was a weird kid, very weird. My mom, when she was alive, you're weird. You're weird. You know, and I wanted to dye my hair blue. She wouldn't let me do that. And my father, I remember when I moved out there, him and my stepmom, they took me to Limited Two. I remember that. I don't even know if that store still exists, but I remember them taking me there and my stepmom buying me all these businessy clothes, these like suit pants and these collared shirts, all this weird shit that I never would wear. And they wanted me to wear this. I smoked a lot of cigarettes at the time. I was a kid, 16. I was smoking cigarettes and they bought me a Nicotrol inhaler. Like, you're going to quit smoking. You're going to start looking like this, do your hair like this. I remember showing up to high school out in Maryland, which is where I moved with them on the East Coast. And there was this group of little hippie girls sitting in the hallway. And they see me there for a couple days standing all alone in these weird business clothes, these suit pants and this button-up shirt. And they see me all awkward. And one day they finally say to me, like, hey, how are you doing? Like, you want to come sit with us? And I went and I sat with them and I found my group of people. And from there on out in Maryland, I started getting into a little bit more trouble for sure. I drinking again, a lot of alcohol, smoking. Apparently I tested positive for PCP, which I still swear to this day, I never smoked. Never smoked PCP in my entire life, but the Academy at Ivy Ridge, I don't know. According to them, I tested positive for PCP. Yeah. But living out there, it was pretty crazy. Got into some trouble. I won't lie. I was rebellious. I was doing my own thing. I was pretty crazy. But again, for a kid who just lost their mother, who just saw their mother literally lying dead in bed with her eyes rolled back, I mean, what do you expect? Like, I did not have a good support system out there. Things were not handled the right way. Then I woke up to two men grabbing me out of my bed, a gigantic white man and a gigantic black man. I remember this very clearly. And they ripped me out of my bed in the middle of the night. And I was kicking and screaming, fighting with all of my might. They get the fuck off of me. Like, what is happening? And my stepmother and father standing in the corner. They never told me where I was going at all. I had no idea what was happening. And they didn't even tell me where I was going for hours when I was in that car riding up to Ivy Ridge. I had no idea where I was being taken. And yeah, it all became kind of clear eventually. I have some weird memory that they let me smoke cigarettes on the way there, though. I don't know if I'm just making that up in my mind. I'm still wondering.
I've heard that from a lot of people, so it's probably happened.
Sometimes I wonder if some of the memories from Ivy Ridge I'm just creating in my head.
No, a lot of them probably really happened. Did they handcuff you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They say the whole, like, we'll do this the easy way or the hard way.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Was it a man and a woman, or was it two men?
Two men, two big men. There's a black guy and a white guy. Two giant men. And yeah.
So you think you smoke cigarettes? Do you think you might have done anything else? Because I've heard stories from a lot of people about being offered, like, like, we'll take you out to eat. What do you want to eat? Like, even some people have said, like, we'll get you drugs.
I remember that, just the cigarettes. And it's still, like I said, it's still cloudy for me. There are so many things that I've blacked out over the years, and it's crazy. Like the documentary came out, and even just like the support groups, when everything like Breaking Code Silence, when all of that came to, it was like memories started flooding back. When I got my file back, going through that, it was like, oh my God, oh my fucking God, like, dear Lord, like this is insane. Like, there's so many things that we block out. That's what trauma does. Like, our brains are trying to protect us. And my brain tried to protect me for years and years and years. Like, when I got out of that school, I remember so clearly. I got out of that school and I was given, because we had our exit plan. And I was given $50 and a bus ticket back to Dubuque, Iowa, or stay at Ivy Ridge. and I took $50 in a bus ticket. But I was so lucky. Like my uncle, who was my mother's brother, um, he and my aunt, they tried so hard to figure out where I was that entire time. They were trying to figure out what they could do to get me out of there. Like I had no idea that anybody was looking for me the entire time I was in there. But they tried so hard to get me out of there. And they contacted the school. They would not give them any information at all. But they figured out something or another, because that day that I got released, April 10th, they um they waited at the bus station. They waited for me to get on the bus where I was dropped off by the people from Ivy Ridge. And then my uncle hopped on another bus to meet me on the bus. Like, so they worked it all out where they actually came to New York and they picked me up, because Ivy Ridge wouldn't give them any information about me being released, nothing like that. But yeah, they came and grabbed me and picked me up. But yeah, going back to Dubuque was a nightmare because all hell broke loose. Nobody believed a word that I said. Nobody would take anything that I said. Like I told people what happened at Ivy Ridge. The abuse, what that place was, the people there. Like I tried telling people what happened, and I'm sure the same thing happened to others there. I know it did. I mean, we've talked about it, but nobody believed me for years. So when I got that paperwork, when that documentary came out, it was the most validating thing I think that has ever happened in my life.
Yeah, it was extremely validating for sure. At least I know for a lot of people, including me. What do you remember about when you first got there?
When I first got there, I remember being absolutely terrified. I remember going in those doors. There's so little that I honestly remember about that first bit. I remember going in there and being naked. I remember being strip searched. I remember
By a male or a female?
I cannot remember. I cannot remember. I remember having to bend over and spread my cheeks, though. I remember that very clearly. And jump up and down, and there was touching that I didn't appreciate. I remember that there was touching that I didn't appreciate. I yeah, I it wasn't pleasant. I know that. I remember getting sat on by Miss Sis at one point, and not when I first got there, but that is a very vivid memory. And she really hurt my arm very badly. I remember that. I don't know, but it's hard to talk about. I'm sorry if I seem a little awkward right now. It's
You're
just,
fine.
yeah, it's like,
Yeah, it's hard the first time you talk about it.
it is. I didn't know what this was gonna be like on a podcast. It's just, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, honestly, like it's hard for a lot of people, but the feedback I've gotten is that it's helped them a lot after they've done it.
Mhm.
Um,
I appreciate you having me on. Thank you.
yeah, no problem. Um, okay. How long were you there total? Like how,
7 months.
okay. And when they released you, did they give you a life contract?
I don't think so.
Like a set of like rules or whatever that you had to live by at home, or you'll be sent back to the program?
No, because I turned 18.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I had turned 18 at the time, and I was done. I was out of there.
Okay.
Like I swear I was never going back to any of that stuff. And there was no way anybody was gonna they threatened me with Jamaica regularly,
That's
though.
weird.
And I remember being there and getting threatened with that place regularly. Like if you don't shape up, you're going to Jamaica. So if you turn 18, you're not gonna be able to get out of there.
Yeah. Yeah. They did the same to me. They only threatened me with Jamaica one time, but I rebelled for my first year there. And then they were just tired of my shit. So they were just like, you keep on, like, not in these words, but essentially, like, you keep on fucking off. Like, we're just going to send you to Jamaica where they
Mm.
don't even have child protection laws. And you're
That's
your parents have already signed away their rights. So
Exactly what they said to me.
we don't even need to tell them that we're sending you there until you've arrived.
That's
I
the
was like,
exact thing.
fuck that. So I started working my program after that, but
Well, see, that was crazy. See, that's the same exact thing that I did. I tried. I'm not kidding. I tried to work my program for a very short period of time, but then I came to realize, like, no matter how hard I try to work my program, nothing's gonna work. Like, they knew I was leaving when I was 18. No matter how hard I tried, and I've talked to other people who I went there with, they have verified this. Like, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't move forward. Like, they were so hard on me there. Like, it
you're
was like,
not committed enough because you're gonna turn 18 and leave. That's
yeah,
exactly
it was like I was bullied though. It was like I was picked on though, or something. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I couldn't even take a fucking step without someone being like, she did something, she did something, she did something. It was like I felt like I was being, I'm not kidding, like I was being bullied. Like, other people, and I know everybody had it hard there, everybody did, but there was something about me where it was like I got fucking bullied worse than other people. It really felt like that. It was like because I was turning 18 and I made it very loud and clear that I was leaving. Like, they made it very fucking hard for me to move forward no matter what I did. No matter what I did, I was like, okay, I'm actually gonna try. I'm actually gonna try. Nope, not happening. Not happening. I made it, I think, maybe to level 2 for like a day or something. Like, I don't even know how long it was. I can't remember, but I don't even know if I did make it to level 2. I might have just been level 1 the entire fucking time. It's like I actually did try for a very short period, but it's like another thing is like I didn't want to try because it didn't feel right. It didn't feel good. I couldn't tear these people apart. I couldn't be part of this fucking cult. Like, I've tried to explain this to other people. It's like I look at like the whole synanon thing, the attack therapy. Like, I can't tear into someone's soul like that. I've never been that type of person. Like, my mother who passed away, she was a good woman. My family on my mother's side, they are good people. I was not raised that way to be able to look at somebody and be like, you're this, like you're that, blah, 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 like what that whole place was about, like morally, like it, that ruined me as a human.
yeah.
My soul, being a teenager, being put in that environment, I'm along with so many others. Like, I am still so fucked up because of that. Like, I still fear being believed. Like, there are so many things in life. Like, I almost make myself look guilty in situations because of that school. Like you try to tell somebody something and you know you're telling the truth about something, but you feel like you're lying because of what that school did to us, because of what they did. It's like, oh, I'm telling you something that's true, but I'm going to make it almost seem like I'm lying because I haven't been believed about something in the past. And it was that fucking school. Like, it has ruined, I feel like, me as a person sometimes. Even after years of therapy, it's just there. It's always going to be there.
Yeah. No, I can definitely relate. I can definitely relate. It took me a year of rebelling every day and getting removed for them to break me, but they finally broke me. That's why I say, like, if you're there long enough, they will break you. It's just a matter of time. Because they're just gonna keep on fucking, like, poking you and keep on fucking, like, breaking shit down.
Yeah.
They want you to flip out. They want you to,
I was
they
an
want you
intervention
to get
the
removed.
entire
Like,
time I was there. Like, intervention is where I spent the majority of my time in
yeah,
that fucking room. When I saw the documentary, like, I went back to Ivy Ridge in November before the documentary was released.
yeah,
And like, seeing that documentary, though, the way they did that so well.
yeah,
They did that so well. It was like the it was real. I felt that so much. Like, it was like the wheels turned back, you know. Like, I don't know. I remember feeling so alone in that little room there.
yeah. I totally relate. I was in intervention. I was between intervention and study hall almost all the
Yep,
time.
same.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna stop the recording and start it again. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you do like the workouts in study hall and stuff? Like the
We had to write sentences.
Well, see, I don't, on the girl side, like, we had to do like the sentences, of course. You had to like write and like rewrite, but then you also had to do like regular, like, I don't know if you call, I can't remember whether they're called like workouts or like really stressful.
Oh yeah, they would have us do that. Like they because they didn't want us sitting for too long. You're in one position.
Yeah,
Be like, you've been sitting for too long. Now you need to do some push-ups.
yeah.
To do. Yeah, they did
Dude,
that.
one time I have this in my paperwork. Um, I like broke my toe or something, and I don't remember this, but it's like in my paperwork. This is what I'm saying. Like I blacked out so much. There's so many things that our brains black out. It's
Yeah.
like I like snapped my toe in intervention. It's like there's another person who's like writing the incident report on it. It's like Lindsey was down doing machine guns. Machine guns is what they were called. And they were where you like go down with your arms and you'll kick your legs back and up and then up.
Oh yeah, and then you stand up.
Yep.
Yep, and you do
Yep.
it all really fast. Yep.
Yep. You have to like go
Yeah.
down like a push up, but your legs go back down, hop up.
It's like their form of a burpee.
Yes, 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 exactly.
Yeah.
It was called a machine gun.
Yeah.
We had to do those, and it's like the incident report. Like Lindsey was doing machine guns in study hall, and I heard her toe snap. It's like I don't really remember that, but
You got in trouble for that, or they were like, "Oh, you need to go to the hospital for
but
that."
I didn't go to the hospital. I know that. I mean, yeah, I definitely don't remember going to the hospital. I have epilepsy too. This is another crazy thing. I have epilepsy and I had seizures while I was there, and they were saying that I was faking them too.
They have
Like,
you on medication.
yeah, oh yeah. Like I was on medication while I was there. And this is another, like, I'm sorry for hopping so much, but it's like
No, you're
they had
fine.
me on lorazepam while I was there. I wasn't prescribed lorazepam.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like I'm reading about this in my paperwork, and this is so many years later. Like coming across this stuff is like, how did I get put on lorazepam while I was there?
Yeah. How does that? How is that even legal?
I was not prescribed lorazepam prior to going there, and this is in the paperwork. Like, how did they just hand that out?
Yeah, it's completely faulty. Was that all you were on, or what else?
No, I was on seizure medications as well. Like, and I was prescribed those beforehand, but my seizures are mostly caused by stress and not sleeping well. And there are other things as well, like alcohol, dehydration. Like there are certain things that definitely contribute to seizures, but stress is a huge factor with my seizures. So stress at Academy at Ivy Ridge definitely makes sense. And they were claiming that I was faking my seizures. Like I've talked to people who went to that school who witnessed me have these seizures, and it's like, I'm faking them, huh? Like, okay.
Really fake a seizure, honestly.
Like this, it's just insane. It's like, what the I I don't know. I read some of these things that came from my father and stepmother. You're like, you're not working your program. You're gonna end up in a body bag. I was literally smoking weed and drinking. Yeah, sure. I
Yeah,
slept
same
with
here.
guys that were a little bit older than me, definitely. But these are like like, a hippie guy on a farm who smoked a bunch of weed. He wasn't a great guy, but I wasn't gonna die. Like, I am now, again, I'm 38 years old. I look back, I was not going to die. That is it. I was not going to die. I was getting in some trouble. It wasn't great. No, definitely not. But did it require going to the Academy at Ivy Ridge and going through what I was going through? No. Like that place, they targeted some parents. They really did. It was pretty bad. Like the, the message that they put out there. Anything can be a cult when it really comes down to it. It can. I've discovered that recently too. It's I've started drinking kava nowadays. I've quit drinking alcohol, and
Nice.
it's pretty bizarre how like again anything can be a cult. Like doing as much research as I have on the drink kava, like your life, like you can dedicate it to anything, and yeah, like you can follow anything so strictly, and people can commit their lives so strictly to something, like so much to something, to one substance, to one group, religion, anything at all, that ultimately, I guess, like that group of followers, it could be considered a cult when it really comes down to it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. By definition, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, what was the stupidest thing you ever got a consequence for there?
Uh, there's a few. I would say the stupidest thing was accidentally dripping period blood on the toilet. And um
They give you a
yeah,
fat four for that?
I got in a lot of trouble for that. I read the correction for that, and I can't even remember what the consequence was, but it was a severe one. Like,
I could see them giving you a self-inflict.
yeah, I can't even remember what it was for that, but reading about that, like my jaw like hit the ground. I'm like, this is a natural part of us as women. Like, I walked away from the bathroom stall and accidentally dripped a little bit of blood on there. I don't even know how that would have happened. We had so little time in the bathrooms. We were like get in there, get out, like in and out. Like, you couldn't even take your time in the restroom. Like, if you were a girl on your period, in and out, in and out. Like, and then another girl came in there. Lindsey dripped blood on the toilet, and
Hmm.
bam, there
Hmm.
I was back in intervention. Another thing, like one time, this is something so awful and so humiliating that I forgot about and I read about when I got my file. One time they wouldn't let me go to the bathroom and I had to pee really, really bad. And we were in group. Remember, we had to sit in those group
Yeah.
circles and just tear each other a new fucking
Yeah.
asshole.
Yeah.
Oh, you did this wrong. You could improve yourself by not being a shitty person in this way. Like, just tell each other that we're just terrible people, pretty much. Like, attack therapy again. Like, that's what we were doing in these group circles. Well, I had to pee really, really bad, and they wouldn't let me go to the bathroom. They wouldn't let me go pee, and I was really holding it. I was struggling. Once I read this, the memories came flooding back. I ended up peeing all over myself. Like, I
And they
actually,
gave you a consequence for that, right?
yes, they
Yep.
made me clean up my own piss. They made me clean it up myself too. Or like, it's like, really? It was like, I'm reading this poor little girl, me, I'm reading myself write about this. And it's like, yeah, like, I'm just shaming myself in this too. I'm like, I made the mistake of peeing on myself because I had to go too bad. And it was wrong because I got it on other people's shoes. And it was wrong because it made a mess. It was wrong because this. And it's like, what the fuck? I wish I could go back and hug this little girl. I really do. Like, these people were so bad.
Yeah, they fucking suck, honestly.
Oh god, there's so many people. I look at like the upper levels too, and I feel worse for them more than anything though. Like the brainwashing. Like, I didn't let that get to me. I didn't let that get to me. Like, I didn't actually allow myself to get to that point where I was like, hey, y'all, like, you I didn't play that game. Like, them, unfortunately, they did. And they are now living with the fact that they did punish people, that they did hurt other people in that way. Like, my heart is with them more than anything. Like, I mean, I feel bad that it happened to me. I feel bad that it happened to other people who like went through this hugely, hugely. But those upper levels, like, that fucking sucks, you know? Like, it does. I watched them and I remember hating those girls so much. Like, there are certain females who went to that school that in that moment I hated them. I was like, why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? And now years later, I'm like, you didn't.
Go. Yeah, so I can definitely relate with just like not being able to get points and just like spending a lot of time in intervention and being threatened with Tranquility Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And also just I think you were talking about that the stupidest things that you got consequences for. And you talked about the period blood. And
Mm-hmm.
then I think you were talking about the second one that you were
Oh,
talking.
well, I was talking about how I peed on myself.
Okay, okay, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Okay.
yeah, and just that was just ridiculous, definitely. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's that whole place, they really did not allow you to be yourself and to breathe as a human, which is one of the most important things that we should be doing is breathing. Um, One thing that I've found very healing is breathing and reminding myself to do that. Um, yeah, I don't know.
Definitely, yeah. I do actually do breath work, so breath work's a good thing.
Same. Yin yoga has saved my life. uh, like the deep breathing exercises and just reminding myself that, like a, a certain thing that they talk about in one practice specifically that I really like is saying, I am not my body. I am not my mind. I am the pure awareness that runs through it. And it's like reminding yourself that you are not these thoughts. You are not these feelings. Like you are in control. Like you are actually in control of your body. Like you are not those thoughts. You are not those feelings. Like those feelings might feel like they're taking over all the fucking time. Those thoughts may feel like they have complete control of you. But in reality, like you actually do have control. Like you can breathe, like the deep breaths, the like you can take over those thoughts and think something else. That's like it is possible. It is possible. And for a long time, I didn't think that. I got an OCD diagnosis not too long ago, and it explains a lot, and like OCD that can come from trauma.
Yeah. I'm a hypochondriac. If I see something wrong with my body, I'm just like, oh, this is it. I have fucking cancer. This is,
I get it. I get it. It's like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Like this little thing, like, oh my God, it could be that I'm dying.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mhm. Okay. Um, what was the most fucked up thing you heard about or saw when you were there?
Oh
Experienced.
God. I don't know. Fucked up thing I heard or saw about, heard about or saw.
Yeah. Or experienced, like if something happened.
Well, I think the most fucked up thing that I want to talk about that I experienced was being like thrown around. That like uh being thrown around by people, and because I wouldn't take my coat off. I know that, like actually being like physically hurt by the staff.
Okay.
Uh, that's like a memory that I'll never forget. Um, I remember there was a time that I would not take my coat off because I was cold, and I ended up getting tossed around. Like I got thrown around. I don't even remember exactly what happened, but like that memory will always stick out in my mind. And uh, yeah, it's like I read about it too to like verify it. I have the paperwork for it also, and it's just because I wouldn't take my coat off because I was cold. And yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. Like they actually like physically like threw me down on the ground and like ripped my coat off of me. And I don't know. That sticks out in my mind big
Okay.
time.
Did you experience or hear about any grooming or like sexual abuse from staff to student or student on student?
Yeah, I definitely heard a lot about that. I definitely did. That's pretty unfortunate. And I have heard a lot more about that since getting out of the program. And
Was
yeah,
there anything specific that happened when you were there?
um, I don't know
Okay.
necessarily.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't.
Did any staff ever like come off as like weird? Do you like just like because I've interviewed quite a few people where they like after the program they would go and take care of their kids or like was there any like weird requests by any staff members towards you?
Um, what do you mean?
Just like I've interviewed a lot of people that after the program, like they ended up watching the like a staff member's kids or whatever. I'm just curious if any staff members gave you like any like weird vibe or came off weird or like you felt something weird from them or they did something to you that was like that when you were there.
It's strange because I can't even remember a lot of the staff members who were there, except for very specific ones.
Okay.
And um, I remember Miss Sis. I remember Amy. I remember night staff. Um, oh, I feel like I'm starting to have like a panic attack right now. I'm sorry.
No, you're
Uh,
fine. Just breathe. You're fine.
um, my brain just went like crazy right now. Um, yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. That's totally fine. Um, see, so you were there 7 months. How many people would you say on average were there when you got there, and how many people were there when you left? If you like, just estimate, just like ballpark.
I left right before the riot happened. Um, I'm not quite sure of the number of people that were there before I left.
Okay. Was it like less than like 200? Was it more than 200?
I wouldn't be able to tell you. I have no idea. I seriously, when I say I was stuck in intervention a lot of the time, like that, I'm serious when I say that. Like I was in intervention a lot of the time, and I like don't. I wasn't. I feel like I was in study hall like the majority of my time there.
Okay, yeah, I know I can relate.
Yeah.
That was a year in my program, so
Mhm.
I definitely get it. Um,
And somebody pooped. This is something funny. This is like actually a funny thing that I do remember quickly. This is like the most bizarre thing. Someone pooped in one of the stalls, in one of the shower stalls
no, oh God.
when I was there, and uh like nobody would take responsibility for it. And I don't know if they ever found out who pooped in the stall. Like, but everybody got, hey, buddy, come here. Come here. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
Come here. Jax, come here. Nobody or everybody got in trouble for it, and nobody ever.
He's excited. He's just excited.
He's but, yeah, nobody. Jax, come on. Nobody ever figured out who did it, though, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I remember hearing a story similar to that from, I can't remember who exactly I heard it from, but I think this was I'm pretty sure this was an interview, but somebody like shat in one of the shower stalls and then like stomped on it down the fucking drain.
That sounds so horrible. Ugh.
Yeah, it's fucking. I was like, damn it either was one of these interviews. I hope it was one of these interviews because then I just pulled that out. Maybe I heard that somewhere else, but I think that happened. I think somebody did that. So when you said that, I was like, damn, I don't think we're the only one that did
Like,
that.
I don't understand though. Like,
I think maybe it's just like a fuck you type thing. Fuck you. I'm gonna shit in your fucking stall. Like I could see that.
that could
Like
very,
fuck it, fuck these staff members. I'm gonna,
yeah,
you know,
that could
I
very.
could I could totally see that. Or it was a staff member that just went rogue.
And you know what? People weren't given a lot of time to go poop. That's it. Like they were not given a lot of time to go to the bathroom, so it could just be like getting two birds stoned at once.
Maybe there was no stalls and somebody said, "Fuck it, I need to take a shit."
That could very
Just
well.
ran in there and did it.
If there's a
Any,
will,
nu- yeah, any number of things could have happened. It's crazy.
yeah.
Um, that's interesting. Okay, after what happened the day you left? Do you remember what happened that day?
The day I left, I remember again, like I got on a bus and I ended up going back to Dubuque. I remember that. But I I threw away all my journals and I really regret that. I
From
really
the
wish,
program? From when?
yeah,
Okay.
I really wish I would have held on to those because, I wish I could look back and be able to read about my thoughts when I was there. I have a very vivid memory of my aunt saying to me, like, you might want to hold on to those. Like, this is one thing that sticks out in my mind is her saying, like, you might want to hold on to those. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I don't ever want to remember a fucking thing from this place. I don't want to hold on to anything that has to do with this place ever. I don't want to remember anything from this ever again. And I remember throwing them all in a trash can. And now I wish I could read those. I wish I could go through those and see what I wrote. And I do. I mean, I have the stuff from my file, which is really hard to go through and really hard to read. But it's like, I wish I could read what I wrote in those journals.
Yeah, I really wish I could have my file. I know my file was fucking fat though. There's
Mhm.
so many
Why
incident
were
reports and shit in there. Like it was fucking. I know it was fat because
was yours not found?
what?
Was yours not found?
No, like none of the. So supposedly the official story. There's two stories. There's one where there was like a flood, right? There's
Oh,
another one where there's a fire. But I don't think that I think they're trying to cover for them, so I don't think they got rid of it, dude. I like I just I guess part of it, maybe 50% of that is hope that they didn't fucking destroy it because I want my
yeah.
goddamn file.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really want my fucking file.
No,
Because
I uh,
I spent so much fucking time like
when I went there, there was still seriously like so much in there, but a lot of it was just waterlogged and just covered in moldy shit. Like it's inaccessible. Like I found another one of my files, and it was my uh the just like school stuff, just random school stuff, like grades, if you'd like to say that, but not real grades. And I mean, there's still stuff up there for sure. It's really hard to access.
it would just be it would be so nice to have for my SSI case.
Mm.
Be like, look, you want to know why I'm fucked up? One of the main
Yeah.
reasons, read this shit, and then just slap a fucking like huge fucking thing on their desk. Be like, yeah, read every fucking one of those, and tell
Mm.
me you wouldn't be traumatized if you went through that shit.
Mental health is real. Unfortunately, our government doesn't understand that a lot of the time. It sucks.
I just got denied from my first SSI claim. They're gonna help me till I get it, but it's just like I think it got filed wrong is why
Mm-hmm.
they didn't approve me. But because I've been disabled from birth. Like I didn't get a disability at 21. I was born with a disability and my shit just got progressively more fucked off as I grew older.
Mm-hmm.
And then with a bunch of like traumatic shit happening in my childhood and then
It makes it harder and harder. I'm sorry
yeah.
through that. Like I feel I have epilepsy along with mental health stuff. Like I understand what you're going through. I'm on SSI myself. Like I understand, dude. Like I'm so sorry you're experiencing that. It's really rough.
I'm just I'm just grateful more than anything because statistically I shouldn't even be alive right now. Like
Well, I'm happy you are.
it's crazy. I feel like a lot of us end up offing ourselves or killing ourselves like secondhand by doing hard drugs or whatever,
Yeah.
which is a form of suicide. I feel like when you're
Yeah.
addicted to when I was addicted to heavy drugs, don't want to get too far because I know this is your interview, but
You're good.
um, the just when I was using drugs, it became suicidal. Like I didn't give a fuck like how much I was doing. Like it just mattered like if I can get fucking high. Like I want to get lit. Like I don't care. Like I don't want to be here. I want to be floating. Like
Yeah.
I don't care. And I want to stay that way. And like I don't want to work on anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it stayed that way for like over a decade. But it's just it becomes a form of suicide because you don't it starts out, at least for me, it started out doing drugs with groups of people and like slowly easing into it, and then in the end it was just me in my room by myself doing the drugs because I didn't want to share with nobody. I don't
Yeah.
want to share my dope with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's mine. Like
That's life. Like that becomes life. It's a way of living after so long.
yeah, and it became
Mm-hmm.
that. I'm just very happy that I made it out, and a lot of us haven't. And rest in peace to everybody that's gone. Um, So you got you got out. What happened after you got out of the program?
Nothing good. It's kind of like what you're saying right there, like alcoholism, drugs, like you turned into a complete mess. Like that program did no good for me at all. I mean, I don't think it really did good for anybody. Like I was traumatized. I was absolutely traumatized. I didn't know where to turn. I didn't know what to do with myself. Like I nobody believed me. I said that earlier on, nobody believed what had happened to me. Like I was trying to tell the people closest to me in my life what had happened, that I had been beaten, that the whatever else happened at that place. I tried to explain to people what had occurred where I just came from, and everybody thought I was lying. Everybody thought I was exaggerating. And that I think sent me spiraling. I mean, not that I wouldn't have anyways after what happened, but I think the fact of not being believed made things worse. And that sent me into even worse patterns throughout my life because, as I said before, it's like the feeling of not being believed. It's like, I don't know. It's like, it does something to a person. Like where you're telling the truth and then people don't believe you. And
I feel like there's levels to believing people too. Like you can believe somebody like on a base level and just like understand what they've been through. I mean like hear what they've been through, but not actually understand it.
yeah.
And there's like different levels to that. Like I feel like with when I'm talking to people about the program, it's always the fucking base level and no further. It's never any further
Yeah.
because they're always like, oh yeah, okay, well you got sent away, like
Mm-hmm.
it's over now. Like fucking, you're probably over it. But
No.
like people that know, like my, I have like two essentially friends really here in Seattle, and like one of them I've known since I was like 3. We used to like hang out, and his parents grew up across the street from where I grew up. It's crazy fucking synchronicity and shit. But
Mm-hmm.
um, fuck, what was I saying before that?
You were talking about how oh god, no, I lost my train of thought. Uh fuck. We're both stoned. Come
Yeah,
on. We're talking about how god damn it.
I know. I was like, I was
You're
talking
talking
about my
about
best
how when I
friend.
got back from the program, no believing, the level of believing, different levels of being
Yeah,
believed.
yeah. Okay, okay. So when the program came out, right? He came to me and he was like, I know you've always like tried to tell me about like or I know you went through something like that and I've always tried to understand what it was essentially. And he's like, I want to watch that with you because I want to know what my brother went through, what my family went through. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what the fuck he went through. And
Yeah.
so we watched it, and after that, it became not just like a base level thing anymore. Now it's like he actually saw me for like what the fuck I like
Yeah.
went through. Like not it can never be like 100% unless you were there, I feel like, but there is a degree where they can understand it to a level where they can really see you and see like that child that was really hurt
Yeah, like I had multiple
back
friends
then.
that when that documentary came out, I had multiple friends who I've known for years reach out to me. And it's like those people, this it meant so fucking much to me. Like, I had people reach out to me and be like, Lindsey, like, I get it now. Like, I actually understand what you went through. Like, I know what you were talking about. You didn't even dive into these things. Like, I know what you went through. And I was like, thank you. Thank you for actually reaching out and saying something now, because like there's no way that I can even put it into words, like by saying, like, even talking to you about it, you asking me these questions, it's still hard to talk about. Like it's hard to explain, like it's hard to put into words. Like my memory is so faded. My memory, it more comes back, like I said, like watching that documentary, going through my file, like I we're still healing. We're still healing after all of these years. Like that trauma is always going to be there, and it sucks. Like we went through something that nobody should ever fucking go through, and that people aren't going to understand. That documentary helped a lot of people understand it at least a little bit. Like that little girl inside of me, she's still wounded, she's still hurting, and she's still angry at those people. Very.
Yeah, no, I can definitely relate. And I just feel like they can see that, but it's just like you would have had to go through it to really experience that. Especially like there's so many complexities to these places. Like it's not just the program and like the structure of the program and just like the rules and all of that. That's like one segment to it, right?
Mhm.
Then you have the fucking attack therapy and emotional abuse, right? And then you have
Mhm.
the fucking the sleep deprivation and fucking in a lot of the places they didn't even feed them, so nutrient like nutritional deprivation.
Mhm.
But then also combined with the fucking, and these are part of the seminars usually. They usually fucking don't let you get that much sleep. They feed you like very extremely base level fucking food. They want your brain to not be fucking nourished.
Yeah.
So it can't like you
I
see
feel like
this is how
I've
the
into that
brainwashing works,
almost
you
so
know?
my whole life, and that's the worst part of it. That is like the worst part. I feel like, again, like that program was meant to like, oh, like we're gonna make your child better. Like
Hmm.
I grew into a pattern of exactly what you just said, like sleep deprivation, malnourishment, like attacking my own brain, like because they attacked my brain while I was in there. Like those seminars were fucking awful. Like
Yeah.
I I don't even I don't know. Like they set us up for failure. That's it. Bottom line. Like I if I wouldn't have gone to that program, life would have been so much different. So much different. I know it would have. I guarantee it would have. Like I think confidence levels, like the way the thought process, anything, like oh God.
Yeah, it pretty much flipped the person I was before the program,
Mm-hmm.
which is like I'm a Pisces, so like I've always been kind of introverted. That's kind of how Pisces are. They're just like super loving and have a lot of emotion, but they don't like show that to a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
until they get to know you. But I was a little bit outgoing. I was lot more outgoing before the program. And then like after the program, like now I'm just like completely drawn into a shell within a shell within a shell. And
Yeah.
it's like you're not getting me out for shit unless I've known you for like a decade. Then I'll
Mm-hmm.
start opening up and start opening the gate and be like, okay, you've never fucked me over and stuff. But
You lose trust, and also it's like you forget who you are. It's like they take that
yeah.
away from you. They don't want you to know who you are.
Well, they try and like form a version of you. Like
Hmm.
this is the kind of kid you should be,
Yeah.
supposedly is what their seminars are turning you into, like
Well, did you
good
see?
kid.
Did you see? I don't know if you saw it when it was on the news. That stuff about like the Ruby Frankie case.
Yeah, I heard about it. Yeah.
That or like, did you watch that documentary that came out at all? I just watched the documentary, but like when that stuff first came on the news, it was crazy. Like that came on the news, it was just whatever on my YouTube feed. I had seen it and I watched, but I immediately when I saw that, I was like, this looks like the shit. Like the same type of uh like behavior modification, the same type of stuff that we went through. Like it sounded so familiar what they were talking about in the news story. And I was like, what the fuck? And then it went further and further. And it just so happened that the woman who she was working with, like she was doing this whole behavior modification
Yeah.
program type stuff, like structuralizing, like fucking, I can't even explain it. It was like trying to get a kid to be a certain way, like
There's
shaping your child. It was like, what the fuck, man? Like, there's, I know that these programs are still open in certain areas for sure, but it's just like, let your kid be who your kid's gonna be. Like, do you really want to mold them and shape them into something they're not? Like, it doesn't make sense. It
well,
doesn't.
yeah, first in order to do like the way people brainwash people is first you have to break people down. You have to break them you have to break them completely. And then you build them back up
Yeah.
in whatever the fuck image.
What is
This
what
is
I can say it right now? What's the saying for that? Or the phrase for that? It's just like build you up, break you down. That's it. Build you up, break you down.
yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know the phrase, but they build you up and then break you down.
Yeah.
Um it's all by design, and I agree that like at least for me, like I see like these like like these structures like in a lot of different things in society. Like I see like not just boarding schools, like the tactics that they use in boarding schools, I see in a lot of places, including like rehabs. Like
Hmm.
I've went
Oh,
through a
definitely.
bunch of rehab. Like their last rehab I went through, they had fucking they were like gonna do like, okay, how many seminars did you make it through? I was gonna ask you
Oh,
that.
just I didn't make it through any
Okay. Okay.
of
Well,
them.
there's this process in focus that's like the life quote process. And for like almost everybody, like if you ask them, like that's like the most fucked up shit that they've
Mhm.
experienced. It's
Oh,
pretty much
I
like, yeah, yeah, it's pretty much like you live, you die
mhm.
thing. Okay. They literally, we're like in a fucking like small group or whatever, and they turned the lights off and fucking instantly like bang, I was like, I'm fucking leaving. Like, I'm not doing this. Like they started it. I gave it a couple more seconds. They're just like, "Oh, you don't even know what it is." And I was like, gave it a couple more seconds, and she started talking. She's like, "You're on a boat," and I'm like, "Nope, I'm fucking leaving the room." She's like, "Well, you should do this." I'm like, "No, I'm not doing that," and I'm gonna tell you why. Like that shit traumatized the fuck out of me. I'm not doing that shit. I would never do that shit willingly. Like I don't give a fuck if you give me like I
Yeah,
fucking freaked out,
you
dude.
knew it was
I had
wrong.
like I had a panic attack. I
Yeah,
literally had a fucking panic attack, dude.
I'm
And I fucking walked out. And they were doing this in a fucking drug rehab. Like
that's fuck.
they're using like tactics from a fucking seminar.
Wow.
And then not only that, but they had this like really culty like like 6:30, 7 in the morning, like they fucking do these like alarm thing and they're like everybody and then you have to line up. You had to line up and then you had to fucking like single file into fucking this back room and
Mm.
then we had to all sit down in like a specific like order like you had to be in like a certain row or whatever and then there were certain people like that were like had like positions in the fucking rehab facility that would like be able to stand up at the front of the room and like talk about this is what we're doing today and I was just like bro the entire time I was there I was like this is fucking a goddamn program. This
What?
is literally a program. This is
Oh no.
adults. This is
Well,
literally
you think about this, like really think about this though. Like the program was structured off of synanon.
yep,
Synanon was Alcoholics Anonymous, like this and that. You look like rehabilitation. Like when it comes
yeah,
down to it, I mean that makes complete sense if a
yeah,
rehabilitation center is going off of something like that.
yeah. I couldn't believe it. I was blown away with that. But
Mm-mm,
it's
mm-mm.
really sad to see, because a lot of
Yeah,
people,
because that's supposed to be something that helps people.
yeah, it's not though.
And no, it isn't because also like when I look at that, I look at
Mhm.
like people's like uh I guess sober journey. It should be, I don't know, like kind of catered to their own individual needs, their own individual wants and needs. And to be like what you're describing like that, it doesn't sound like the healthiest thing in the world.
No, it doesn't. I mean, I know you can leave the fucking rehab, but for a lot of
Mhm.
people leaving the rehab, and this included me, I lose all my fucking family support. I don't have anywhere to fucking go. I'm back to being homeless. Why the fuck am I gonna stay sober if I'm homeless? Every
Yeah.
fucking time. That's
Well, also,
exactly,
you're living in a
you
really
know?
triggered environment right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so you got out of the program. And what have you struggled with the most as a result of being in these places or
Um,
that academy
Well, when
that
I got out of the program, I got like all hell did break loose. Like things just went awful when I got back to the Butte. I was lost as a person completely. And I have struggled with so mental health over time has been really, really bad. Anxiety. I mean, I finally, after years and years and years of wondering what the hell is wrong with me, like what is going on, I finally figured it out. OCD. It's fucking OCD. Bipolar, fucking borderline, like, oh, what this, that. It's fucking OCD. It's OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, pure O of all things. Pure O. Like, it's in my head. It's in my head. It's all in my head. Like you just think and think and think. You overthink and obsess and obsess and obsess, and it's really really not fun. I don't know, like, but it makes sense. It makes complete sense. And after years of wondering what the hell is going on inside of my head, it's very satisfying to have an explanation. Uh, I've struggled with that for a long time, and it's definitely affected my life in many ways. But I know that the trauma, like, god damn, like that program, that it's so hard to put into words. It is so hard to put into words and like explain what that did over the years. Like romantic relationships, friendships, like trusting other women, being
Mhm.
able to actually like make good friendships and not think that these female relationships were going to, these women were somehow going to do something wrong to me, or somehow behind my back they had some motive that was out there actually to hurt me. Like I don't know, like it had to do with, you know, the school, like what they did there. um Girls had motives to succeed for themselves because they had to. Like at the time I didn't understand it. I was like, why would you do that to me? I don't understand. Like, why did you just get me in trouble? Well, it's because they were trying to survive. It's
Yeah.
because they were trying to fucking survive. Nowadays, you know, it's like I remind myself like this isn't the program. This isn't that life. It's not that life. But it still can be hard. I mean, I have trust issues up the wazoo. Like it's awful. And
Yeah.
it, it's a bummer.
Yeah, it really is.
I also
Okay.
really have a problem with Mormons too. I'll say that because of that school.
Yeah.
Definitely anything that has to do with Mormons, I'm like, yeah, Mormons are terrible people.
Well, yeah, I don't know if I want to get into that on this podcast, but the Mormons, like, if you actually look at their fucking history, they're actually like Luciferian. Like
Oh,
that's
I listened to that
you can
podcast,
literally, yeah, you
cult
can,
podcast. Check that out.
yeah. Okay, I gotta fucking end the call, and then I'm gonna fucking call you back, and then we're gonna finish up this interview. Okay.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Okay. So, okay. Uh, with your parents, where are you with your parents? Have you talked to them about how the program affected you? Have they watched the program?
Well, my mom passed away, like I said, when I was 16. My father, he never apologized for it. He actually passed away not this last summer, but the summer before,
Yeah.
and never talked to me about it. Never said he was sorry for any of it. Like, I wish he would have had the opportunity to watch that documentary. That would have been great. Uh, my stepmother, um, I did send her a message and say, like, so did you watch this? Like, this. She didn't say anything back about that. Had nothing to say. Um, yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about them dying, but rest in
Oh,
peace.
I mean, my mother, I'm sorry about that, but my father, on the other hand, no need to apologize. It's all right. Like, I, I have a joke. I'm like, if I ever go to Texas, yeah, that's where he died. I'm like, if I ever go to Texas, I'll take a stop at his grave, and might not need to make any more comments than that. But
Yeah.
I think you catch my drift.
Yeah. No, I feel
Not
you.
for any good reasons.
Um, so I assume so you got into drugs and alcohol after you got out. Do you remember like people in there telling you how bomb like drugs were? Because that's what happened to me.
Them telling me how good drugs were.
Yeah, like so there would be like some addicts that came in there, and
Huh.
there was like a couple like on heroin and couple on meth, and they'd be like, "Man, it's the best thing ever, man. You have to fucking try it, dude. If you don't try it, like, it's so fucking amazing." And just enough of those people. And then I think half of it was also just like, fuck the bull. Like, you just sent me away for 22 months, and you expect me to act right now? Like,
No,
fuck
that's
that.
that's what I'm saying. Like with me, like I had never touched hard drugs before. Like a lot of, I think on the girls' side, like the majority of the people on the girls' side, like I think a lot of us were very, very innocent. Like I
Yeah.
don't think a lot of people on the girls' side had actually like even done anything like that. I mean, I'm sure there were some that had, but like I didn't interact with anybody who I think ever had fucking done heroin, meth, like crack, anything like that. like Coke even, like maybe there were some people there who had it, maybe, but I I didn't meet anybody there who was doing heavy drugs at all. Like that's kind of what I'm saying. Like I wasn't gonna die. You didn't need to send me to this place. I
Yeah.
was not fucking around with serious drugs. Like I didn't
Yeah.
meet anybody else there who was either. Like, on the guy's side, I think maybe some dudes over there were a little bit rougher for sure, from what I understand. But yeah, I think that was just life at that time, in those years. Also, like
Yeah.
when I was younger, like in high school, like dudes were just a little rougher than females. I don't know, like this
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, for sure. I think that would probably be pretty accurate to where I was too.
Hmm.
There's probably maybe a couple females that were doing drugs, but for the most part, it was on the guy's side.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that many guys. It was just like, but the guys that were addicted, like, were just like, I remember this one guy that was like shorter or about my height or a little bit shorter, and his name was Mark, and fucking, he was just like, fucking came in there, just like, fucking sunken in face, like just completely, you could tell, like gaunt looking, just like addicted to fucking heroin, just like had to withdraw in the
Oh,
program.
oh,
Was withdrawing in the like the first night he got there, he was like, fuck everything, fuck this shit. And they sent him to intervention, and then I remember he just came back and just like was just going through it like hella shit. It was
poor
crazy.
guy. Like that's
But
no
he was still
problem.
talking about how bomb it was. So
Like, I hope he's okay now. Like, have you heard from him, or do you know where he's at now?
I don't know what happened to him.
I hope he's all right.
The other guy that was heavy into drugs was actually a guy named Graham Macker, and fucking he's dead. Rest in peace, Graham. Really
Oh,
good friend of mine. But he got sent to the program like a little bit before his 18th birthday. His parents were trying to like, he like, in his situation, like nobody should ever go to the program, and he definitely shouldn't have been there, but he definitely needed some sort of help because he was like they made a fucking Montana meth documentary about him. Like
oh
they made
wow.
it about, like, not about him specifically, but he was like featured in it, like shooting up at the age of like 15 or some shit. Just having some dude shoot him up at 15, and fucking just like when he got there, they had us like watch the Montana meth project, like literally with Graham, like sitting right there, just like watching himself like
Holy
shoot up and
cow.
shit. And just like, bro, they made everybody in the cabin watch it, and it was like it was so fucked up. There was, man, like I still watch, go to that documentary every now and then just to pay tribute to fucking Graham and just be like anybody new, I'm just like, I show him that and it was just like, this one of my friends that died is featured in this, and you should watch this with me.
Yeah.
But it's fucking, that documentary is crazy. Like they have people shooting up and fucking just like the craziest fucking tweakers, just like fucking like 10, 15 year long tweakers, just like fucking just like shooting dope and fucking talking about how it ruined their life and fucking all this shit.
But they're still sitting there shooting dope, right? Like,
Yeah, and fucking, so he was there, and fucking
sucks.
he was a really good dude though. Like he
Mhm.
honestly, like he jumped on like a few people that tried to like pretty much assault me, like
Ugh.
run up on me. He like, one person like came to assault me or whatever, and he like literally picked them up and threw them onto a fucking table. Like he picked them up and like slammed them onto the fucking table. He's like, don't fuck with him, dude. Like what the fuck? Like, because ever since he got there, he was just one of the most beautiful souls, you know? Like it's really
Mhm.
fucking sad that he's gone. Like
I'm sorry.
he had such a like beautiful like soul, and like he really cared about people. He didn't want to, like, he didn't want to die like that. And like I found out like he took his exit plan, and fucking like a few like within 2 months he was fucking dead of an overdose, like of
He
meth.
died that soon after the
Yeah.
program. Oh my God.
Yeah, and I'm pretty fucking convinced that the program like might have fucking like definitely contributed to that. Because
Oh,
like,
I
what
guarantee
would
that
you,
it did. I guarantee.
like, especially with meth, it's like, in my opinion, meth is like one of the hardest drugs to stay off of. Like
Mhm.
it's easy to take breaks. It's easy to take breaks with meth, but it's not easy. It's a lot harder to just like stop it and never do it again. Like
Mhm.
don't do it again, because a lot of people go back to that shit and just like use it casually or whatever the fuck. Like, and I've done it personally. Like, I just like it was one of those things that didn't really have that much of a withdrawal. The withdrawal was essentially like I just feel like shit. I was super depressed because of the serotonin, like it's just like non-existent in your body at that point. Um, so I didn't really mind it at first, but after like I started shooting and like really getting heavy into it and
Mhm.
shooting large amounts, then I would realize like I literally wanted to die. Like I
Mhm.
didn't want to live. When I was coming down off that, like nothing sounded like fun to do. Nothing sounded like amusing. Like nothing sounded like it would be fun, like make me feel any sort of feeling at all. I felt numb. Like
Mhm.
it's just the craziest like depression that you can imagine with that. But yeah, rest in peace to Graham. But sorry, I got off on a side tangent.
Oh, no need to apologize.
Um, so yeah, I was asking about your parents and about after you got out and if you got into heavy drugs. And then I asked you if people were saying about how bomb it was. Okay. Um, if you could go back in a time machine knowing what you know now and not go through Academy at Ivy Ridge, would you do it and why?
I mean, I definitely would take back that. If there's any way that I could rewind and have that option, I would say don't send me there. I don't want to go to this place. That was the worst experience of my life. Um, I if I could change that, I would. Can you see the question again in full?
Okay, so if knowing what you know now,
Mhm.
if you could go back in a time machine and not go through Academy and Ivy Ridge, would you do it and why?
Why? It fucked up my entire life. It set me up for failure.
Okay.
Like it did. To be blunt, like it it set me up for failure. Like they tricked people. You talk about your friends right there, the two people who you knew right there who were addicted to drugs. It's like right there, it's like, oh, we're going to save your kids. No, they weren't. They weren't going to save those kids. They never had any intention of saving those children. All they were doing were making money. That's it. They were taking money from those parents, putting it in their fucking pockets, building bigger homes, buying fancier cars, fancier clothes for their wives, fucking whatever. It's like they had no intention of helping any of those kids, any of us. Like we got no help while we were there. We just came out more traumatized, and my life did not go any better than it was at that point in time. If anything, it just got worse, and it was much harder. Like they did no good for me whatsoever. So if I did have a time machine and I could travel back, yes, I would. I would definitely change that. But I also look at it at the same time, and as much as I do want to change that, like I wouldn't be the person who I am today. And I hate to look at it that way and be like, oh yeah, like my trauma made me who I am. Like, oh, this makes me the person who I am today. Like I never want to live by those words and sit here and believe like my trauma shaped me into the person that I am. Like I'm stronger because of this. I don't want to say that. I don't want to have to say that. But here I am saying that. It's like I am the person who I am today because I went through that. I am, and I wouldn't be who I am right now if I wouldn't have gone through that. Like those experiences that I survived, they did make me the person who I am right now, and I wouldn't be who I am if I wasn't. But am I happy with who I am right now? I don't really know. I don't. Like we're all growing, we're all learning, we're all trying to be better people, and like because of that trauma, because of that bullshit that I did go through, life is a fucking struggle. It is. I'm sure you
Yeah.
can relate. Not
Yeah.
a struggles this hard. Like I look at other people who I know, it's like you, as we said before, it's like you don't understand. Like they don't understand. They don't fucking get it because they didn't go through it. Like you don't understand what my life is like on the daily. You don't know what it's like to live in my fucking head. Like you have no idea what it's like, nor will you ever. And I don't wish it upon anybody either. I really don't. I
Yeah.
never would wish it upon. I don't wish it upon my worst enemy to be inside of my fucking head.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I completely agree and I completely can relate. I don't even think that these programs are healthy for anybody, like including adults. Like even
Mm-mm.
somebody with a fully formed brain, I don't think that they're good for people. Like
No.
for these like I mean, every to each their own, but I'm like kind of like leery of even of life coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just like, where did you get your certificate? Who certified you to be somebody's life coach?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how the fuck do you get certified to be a coach of somebody else's life? Like, I don't get that, like that whole thing.
Yeah,
And
no, I agree
life
with you.
coach,
Go to a therapist. Yeah. Like I'm cool
yeah,
with a therapist, but a life coach, that's somebody on fucking Instagram. Like,
yeah, a therapist at least has to have a master's degree. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. Exactly.
So at least they went to school, unless they're forging their documents, which I'm sure.
Yes. Yeah. But a life
Um,
coach, like anybody can do that shit. Like you can seriously, you can sign up for
yeah,
Instagram, YouTube, any.
self-taught,
Yeah.
self-taught.
It's like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm a life coach. Let me tell you how to live your life. Fuck that. No. Like anybody can do that. Like when it comes down to it. And that's scary. That is really scary.
I think those people are the biggest forms of like people that project their bullshit onto other people. Like they don't want to deal with their own fucking bullshit, so they want to figure other people's shit out and or act like they're figuring other people's shit out and know what's best for them when they don't even know
Mhm.
what's best for themselves.
It's narcissism in its finest form. That's all I
Yeah.
gotta say.
Um. Okay. What do you think would have helped you instead of being sent away?
What instead of sending away?
What do you think would have helped you instead of being sent to Academy at Ivy Ridge?
Love, care. I think about that often. I'm like, but what would have been the right choice? What could they have done to make things actually work? The appropriate form of caring for me. Like my mom just died. My mother just fucking died. Like I was having a breakdown. I didn't know what to do. You know, I was a kid. Um, I needed to be loved a lot. Needed to be loved a lot, and like I have mental health problems. I know I do. Like I have since I was a kid. Like it. I think about the OCD now, and that's been around for a long time. It has. I think parents really need to take the time with their children, and I see this with my friends who are my age now. I have a dear friend, and she is currently taking care of four kids that are not hers, and I watch her. She takes the time with these kids. She is taking these kids to therapy. She's figuring out what's going on with them, their mental health. She wants to help them. She wants to help them get better because she cares. You know, I look back, you know, I know that we are of a specific age and times have changed. Like people are looking more into mental health than they were back then. But goddamn, like if I would have had somebody like that, someone like my friend to help me, like, things would have been so different. Someone who would have just taken the time and cared for me, been like, you know what? There's something more going on here than what we understand. So we're going to take some time with you and actually sit down and figure it out. Like, we'll be gentle with you because we love you, because we care for you. You're not just a fucking crazy, rebellious teenager. Your mom just died. There's something more going on here. Like, if somebody would have really sat down and been a little bit more gentle, a little bit more caring than my father and stepmother were, like, I don't know, man.
Okay. And you said that you stopped drinking alcohol, right? Did you stop doing drugs too? Like, and if so, like, did you have like a rock bottom moment?
Well, I was a very, very heavy alcoholic for a long time. Uh, I did a lot of cocaine. Um, Alcohol has always been my biggest problem, though. Like, always been alcohol. That's been really bad for me. In living in Dubuque, Iowa, I think I'd mentioned before, Dubuque had the second highest alcoholism rate for a very, very long time. The whole thing about that town is like a bar and a church on every corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, freaking Dubuque. I don't know. There's a lot of drinking there. It's getting better, but there's a reason I moved away. Definitely, you know, to escape all that. I moved up to Minneapolis, where I am now, and after living here for maybe about a year, I'd say I ended up quitting drinking, and I'm very happy that I did. It wasn't necessarily a rock bottom. It was more just a choice, and yeah, just realizing I need to do what I need to do. After living years and years and years, like looking back, thinking of the times dragging myself on the ground for water, just throwing up on yourself, like, oh, good God. Like the embarrassing moments that I can think back to of being alone, drunk, like with people drunk, like it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Like I've been drinking kava lately, as I mentioned. I love it. It's great. I mean, sure, it's still not very good for your liver, but it gives you just a
Better,
kind of
better.
euphoric, nice feeling where you're like, hey, all right, like I can still have fun. And smoking weed, I love smoking weed. Like, and you can still have fun. California sober, whatever, or if Kava, I don't know, Fiji sober, whatever you want to
Yeah.
say. You can still have fun and not drink booze and do heavy drugs. That's what I'm getting at,
In
like
fact, I feel like you can have more fun actually.
exactly. And you can remember it too. It's like my
Yeah.
brain is already fucked up from trauma, from epilepsy, from all this stuff. Like I I don't need to mess it up even more by drinking and putting other toxic shit in my body. Like I'm all right. I can have fun being sober. I just give me some weed and let me lay down on my couch and watch something either really scary or really funny.
Yeah. Yeah. True that. True that.
That works. That works.
Okay, well, how are you these days? And do you still struggle like with like what do you struggle like I know I kind of asked you like what you struggle with the most, but like what have you struggled with the most recently? Like is there anything that you've been struggling with recently?
The most recently, the anxiety. I think anxiety is my main thing that's left in life that I'm struggling with hugely. And I think that's something that'll always be a part of my life. I'm about to start OCD treatment. Um, just like anxiety, and that goes along with trust,
Mhm.
trusting people,
Definitely.
trusting people. And
Mhm.
I I constantly have this bit in the back of my mind that somebody's going to do me wrong, that
Yeah.
somebody's going to hurt me, that somebody is actually not in my life because they're there for the right reason. It's like, are you actually in my life because you're my friend? Are you actually in my life because you're my lover? Are you actually in my life because you care for me? Or are you just here because you fucking hate me and you're out to get me and because you're going to fuck me over in some way? Like, it's always this, it's like this little bug in the back of my brain that's just a constant, like, wham, wham, wham. Like, this person is not here because they care for you or they like you. They actually hate you. They want you to die. They are annoyed by you. Like it's something constantly telling me I'm the worst person in the world. Like I don't deserve love. I it's embarrassing. It's quite embarrassing to admit, but it's real and it's there. And I struggle with that on the daily, and I'm sure a lot of other people who went to that school did too, because we were told we were fucking attacked and told that you are this, you are that, you are this, you are that. And it's like, all right, well, I guess I suck as a person.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it brings out your inner critic, like
Mm-hmm.
super like it brings out your inner critic. Well, your inner critic is always going to be there. It's always there from birth, but it like pronounces it, it can be like even more pronounced in certain situations, at least in my experience. Like I'll just get these voices in my head that are just like, oh, you really think that? Like, what the fuck? Like, you ain't shit. Like, like you're not gonna do
Yeah.
shit. Like, everything's gonna fucking fall apart. You're gonna get a note on your fucking apartment door that's gonna say you have 30 days to get out. Like, whatever the fuck it is. And
Dude,
I'm always checking my door. I have OCD too. I'm always checking every fucking day I check my door, make sure there's not a fucking eviction notice on there. Not like I'm doing anything wrong,
mm-hmm.
but I'm just so used to fucking shit going south and just fucking shit hitting the fan that I'm just always waiting for the other shoe to drop. It doesn't matter. Like it takes so much time. Like even fucking with my friend Jeff that I've known since I was 3, like there's like it's still like that. You know what I mean? Like
No,
when the
I
fuck
feel
like
it. I feel it so much. I go through those same exact things. Just it's like always waiting for something to go wrong. Just
yeah, it
waiting.
doesn't matter who it is. You know what I
No,
mean? Or what it is. You know?
things could be like perfect for me and like be going great. And that's especially though when I'm like something's gonna go wrong. Things are too good right now. It's like there's no way this could be real. Like
Yeah, it makes you like paranoid to like even be happy or like be
Mhm.
like content or just like chill. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's
Yeah.
just
And that I think has so much to do with our nervous systems though too. It's like our nervous systems are wired almost to like not be calm. Like
you have to
because
be ready for shit. I feel
yeah,
like I just have to be ready to react or do something
yeah.
or like protect myself.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like my
I do.
guard's always up. Like doesn't look like I'm wearing armor, but I'm wearing a full set right now.
Dude,
Like
I feel that so much. Like so much. Like, you know, it's weird to like I've been in some strange relationships in the past and like I've had to learn about this and it's like an abusive relationship, which is a bummer, but it's like learning about reactive abuse specifically. And it's like having to learn about that is really interesting though too. It's like because I've almost been so critical of myself for the way that I've reacted in certain situations where it's like almost convincing yourself that you're the bad person, that you're a terrible person because of the way that you reacted. Like when in reality, you're just defending yourself against someone who did something really terrible.
or he hit me like but it's okay. I deserved it. Like
Exactly.
I was fucking up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
It's like how your brain works when you're in a situation like that, or like if you've also been in a traumatizing situation as we have in the past where you're like, I deserve this almost. Like, I don't know. It's confusing.
yeah, it really is. It can be confusing. It's really hard to navigate all of this stuff for sure.
Mm.
Um, is there anything else you want people to know about your experience or anything else that you might tell a parent thinking about sending their kid to a place like this?
Um, my experience, my experience really sucked. I know that, along with many other people's. Um, I I feel like I didn't cover everything, most likely, definitely not, but it's hard to. Uh, I
We
yeah.
can always do a part two. It's no worries.
Well, thank you. I appreciate this. This has been a great experience
Yeah.
talking to you. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, no
Uh,
problem. I'm really trying to figure out this fucking I really don't want to fucking fork over $20 to Zoom. I don't like paying for any shit like that.
totally understandable. I
I
guess.
mean, if I end up having to because fucking it's just so I can use Microsoft Teams and Skype or Skype's no longer going to be able to be used after May. So they're moving to Microsoft Teams. But then when I like use Skype, okay, I'm just going to talk about Microsoft Teams. When I use Microsoft Teams, when the fucking file, like the video comes in, like it will not let me like download the fucking file. Like it fucking it's weird. It won't let me download the file. And then it
Well,
like
that's
I
kind of what
click
happened to me when I tried to do the Microsoft Teams. It said like this file is, I can't remember what it said. Like so this file is something or another. It wouldn't let me open it up. It wouldn't let me go to it.
yeah, it's super wonky and it's like god damn, it's like Skype was awesome because it was free and fucking I could record it for as long as I wanted to and I didn't have to, like check the fucking time. Like I mean, if I have to pay the $20, it's not the end of the world, but I really don't want to
I'm
pay.
sorry for
I
messing
mean, because then if I
up.
don't do any interviews that month, like I'm just paying $20 for nothing. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Exactly.
Not that I'm not going to have interviews, but it's like after I would only feel justified in that if I had like months booked out, like if I had
Mhm.
like the entire next month booked out already, then I'd
Yeah,
be like, okay, let's go because
that would make more sense.
yeah, but I'll figure something out. We can always do part two.
Okay, cool.
But for this one, do you have anything else you want to touch on?
Um, this man, I don't know, just like it was a crazy experience, definitely. And I would not suggest anybody send their kids to something like this ever, because there are other ways. There are other ways. Sit down and work with your kids, talk to your kids, be accepting of who your children are. Like autism comes in all different shapes and sizes. It does. Like girls can be autistic too. Like kids are weird. That's okay. It is. It's all right to be different. That doesn't mean your kid's a bad kid. Like if they're a little bit weird, if they're struggling in school, it doesn't mean that they're a bad kid. Like if they're acting out a little bit, there might be something else going on. Check in with them, try to talk to them. Like if they're not receptive, like try something different. Like don't give up on them though. Don't give up. Ivy Ridge schools like that, those are not the answer. Not the answer.
Yeah, you're never gonna get a quick fix for your money. Like, I don't care how much money you're paying, you're never gonna get a quick fix. So
No,
don't sign your children
it
away.
takes work. It takes a lot of work sometimes, but in the end, it'll be worth it.
Yeah,
Well,
for damn sure. Well, if you guys have watched so far in the video, please make sure you like the video, subscribe if you're not already, hit the notification bell too so you can be notified of all episodes. And leave a comment down below if you want to say hi or want to do an interview. It helps the algorithm. And I think there was one more. Oh yeah, and share the videos too. Share the videos. It really helps to get the word out there. And with that being said, we will catch you on the next one. Bye, y'all.
hey.